If you're someone who is already on the path of an awakening and you've come to a point where you're realizing that what you're living is a holographic experience, that there may in fact be some truth that we are living in a simulation, that everything that we experience through our senses is in fact an illusion, and only as real as the body and the senses and the mind are. And as you go through this, you begin to become witness to something that permeates the entirety of existence, and how it is that we're able to cross over between dimensions and live multi and interdimensionally all of the time. You may have also come across or heard of suddenly people disappearing as they are walking, as if they've just gone into another portal. Some of you may have watched films like Harry Potter, where they caught a train on a platform that didn't exist and went through walls. Going through walls or going through things has been something that the mind has been able to capture for a very long time because it exists. We cannot fathom that which does not exist. We cannot put into words that which is not already manifest or sitting in its unmanifest form as potential. There is a mechanism or a form that conveys one between potential dimensions. Just as you have a vehicle, you have a car, you have a train that takes you from point A to B, there is a sort of plasma that takes us from different places. So it's a bit like going into something, coming out and not knowing. When you go through an awakening, this is when the realization dawns upon you. Not just the realization, but you're able to see, you're able to now access these portals. You are able to go into other places through walls, through barriers, through what seems like a mountain is actually a portal. And you're able to do this in the first instance, not knowing it. So some of you will report coming back with different experiences, having seen things. You'll feel as if you haven't quite been around lately. And then there's some of us who will knowingly go into certain places. One such example is Helen Blavatsky. Did she go into the place that she experienced all of that? Another world where there were people just like us, who we thought were dead but were in fact there. And she was witnessing and talking to them. So she had come to the end of this forest, and then before you know it, she was in another realm. Except these are not other realms. They are not other places that exist in some sort of imagination of ours. But they are overlaps. It's like becoming interstellar. These are overlaps in the dynamics of the way that our universe has been coded. There are lots of things, folks, that are there Some of us get lost in it, and then we don't understand what is what and which is real. Some of us write books about it. Some of us travel even deeper into this and understand the mysticism around it. And some of us become very clear about the reality of existence. As soon as you understand that we are always around, nobody ever leaves, the body is just a vehicle, it's a conveyance that we have acquired in this particular dimension, in this particular field, it opens another one. So there's a difference between being a participant on the field and then being a knower of the field. So what your awakening does is it brings you in the know. You start to know the field of consciousness, and you start to actually see how permeable it is, how permeable it is to actually make the transition to different sides, to go to these different places. It is all possible. We are existing on different planes all of the time, parallel lives all of the time. You can wake up someone completely different to what you were yesterday. And your spiritual Kundalini awakening generally tend to take you that way. You become unrecognizable. You become impregnable, as we always say here. Sending you so much love. There will be more detail on this, but it's one of those topics that we delve into really slowly, because it's got to come from you yourself realizing this, as opposed to picking up a book and reading it. Because we don't want to become spiritual productions either. We don't want to be producing or reproducing what we are picking up along the way, but we want to be experiencing that ourselves directly.